This is my 7th year on YouTube. This is my 7th year making videos pretty consistently. Every year I've come and sit down and gone over my year and what this year of making videos has looked like for me. This year has been a fantastic year. It's been a great year. But my presence on YouTube hasn't been it's been hit or miss this year. It's been a little bit more low-key. It's not really something that I've really thought about a lot lately. So anyways, if you don't know, I've been making YouTube videos for 7 years, basically documenting my life in sport, or my journey as an endurance athlete. Right now I'm competing in triathlons. I'm 25 years old, and I've been doing this since I graduated high school. So about 2018 is when I started, towards the end of 2018. And I've been doing it pretty consistently, kind of really bad in some points and some pretty good videos. Growth has been stagnant at times, and sometimes I've made a lot of progress. Anyways, right now I have just over 500 subscribers, and I have a lot of big changes happened this year. So let's start off with kind of where things started last year in December for my YouTube anniversary. I had moved to Lake Tahoe to pursue my dream of becoming a professional triathlete. I compete in triathlons right now. And so it had been about a month since I had moved up here to Lake Tahoe in California. And that has been one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. I moved out of my house, and I came up here to focus on my training and kind of double down on kind of some hopes and dreams, some things that I'm passionate about, and to get out of the house. And it has proved to be one of the best years of my life. And it doesn't mean that it was all good, because emotions come in waves, but it has been a very productive year and a very emotionally productive year as well as physically. I started training with a coach around that time as well, and joined a triathlon team, and so that kind of set my direction pretty straight and steady. Like as always, in the kind of in the winter months is when I have a lot of just base training building for the coming season. So I just made a lot of videos, basically a week of trainings videos, with the intentions of, hey, this year I'm trying to become a professional triathlete. That's the goal at the end of this year, or at least like in the next year, 2 years or something. And so we got to grinding. And I was pretty consistent, because when I first moved up here, I was still making friends. So I didn't have a lot of other... I wasn't really distracted, and I put a lot of focus onto YouTube, and it proved to be pretty fun. I felt like I got back into the groove of making videos again, and every week. And I made some good videos, and some were hit or miss, but actually I'm really happy with a lot of the videos that I ended up making this year, and it felt like an adventure, and it felt kind of refreshing, because I was finally out of the suburbs, and I was kind of leading my own life again, or I guess for once it felt like I was leading my own life, and it's been fun. So I rode my bike around the lake a bunch of times. I raced at a couple triathlons. My first half Ironman. I went to Oceanside. I did the Wildflower Triathlon. And then about halfway through the year, I went to Japan for a couple of weeks, and I took some time off. And then as I kind of progressed through the year, I started to make more friends up here, and I started to kind of not be as motivated to make videos anymore. But also too, I didn't really feel like there was a lot to make videos on anymore. and I was still focused on my training. Summer was a fantastic summer. I spent a lot of time outside. I was working really hard. Keep in mind, I work full time, as well as trying to do all this stuff. Um, and and so by the time summer kind of came and went, I did my last triathlon. I went to age group nationals in Milwaukee, uh, and I went to Santa Cruz to do my last half Ironman of the year, and I had some really good performances. Um, and that's to say that like this year has been a very foundational year, and it's kind of setting me up for hopefully a really big 2026. I thought this year was going to be a pretty crazy year. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it has proved to be a year that has kind of set me up really well to continue to pursue the things that I love to pursue. And I also finally qualified to be a pro triathlete, so I get to go compete in the pro field next season. And so like by far one of the biggest accomplishments of my life, something that I've been working towards for 7 years, as long as I've been making these videos. It's kind of been in the back of the mind of like I just want to continue to try to push myself and try to compete and try to see what can happen, And now I am 25. I'm in like you could say the prime of my athletic abilities, or we're coming into it. And so 26 is very much going to be the year of 26 for the rest of my life, like 2026 for the rest of my life. I got a lot of big plans for 2026, but a lot of uncertainty and a lot of risk. Risk, I say that because in a loose sense, because I'm very lucky and privileged to be even being able to pursue these type of things, and so it's not like I'm going to be homeless if this doesn't work out. But it is like it's a huge time risk. I'm putting a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money into this endeavor. But it's something that I've loved to do. And I'm hoping that 26 will also be a good year for making YouTube videos. In February, I intend to go to Spain for a little over a month and spend some time in Europe, to go train with my coach and with my team, and just try to get locked in, redialed in for the coming season and for my first pro races. So that's going to be insane, hopefully, and I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward. To this endeavor. Now, I thought I would say what was my favorite video that I made this year. I didn't make that many videos this year, but I made enough. I have to say that probably my favorite video that I made this year, and I'm going to give you two, because one, I don't really necessarily think it counts because it's not really in alignment with some of the other videos that I've made, but I really enjoyed making my Japan trip video, and in second place to that, my longest run ever video that I made, where I did a trail run for like 18 miles from Sugar Bowl to Palisades. That was a fun video. That was epic. It was hard, but overall, I'm really grateful just to continue to be doing these, and we'll see what happens. 26 might be my year, it might not be, but I'm gonna keep trying regardless, and I think we're all just gonna have to wait and see what happens, but progress is still here. I'm in the lap of progress, and I guess just wait and see along with me what will happen. And if you're new, please come along and watch. Maybe if not, if you've been watching for a long time, hi, thank you for continuing to watch. I know there's a small community of you guys out there, and I'm very grateful. I don't forget about you. And I'll try to be more consistent in this new year, but time will tell. All right, on to year number 8.